Hello, my name's Toby Thompson. I'm here today with Diane Bown-Wilson, Cranfield PhD student. Diane, you're looking at motivation in career progression for late-stage executives, late-stage managers in the UK.
That's right, yes.
Our fascination with the young and the new, and you're looking at the less young and the less new. Tell us more about that research.
Well, basically, as you know, we're all living longer. Life expectancy has increased dramatically throughout the last century, leading into this century. So now these days there's more older people than there are younger people. What this means is that for various reasons, including economic reasons, we're all having to work a lot longer. So a lot of research in the past has obviously looked at younger people. It's looked at undifferentiated groups of older workers. And I decided that my research would look at older managers specifically and really work out what it means for them to be at a stage in life where, in objective terms, they can no longer expect ongoing career progression in terms of ongoing promotion or pay rises, but are likely to be in the workplace for quite a long time.
So they're coming towards the end of their career. What keeps them going? Why would they take it to another stage again?
Absolutely.
And your findings, early findings, are what?
Well, basically, I was also looking at how motivation for career progression changes over the career span and whether it differs between older female and male managers. So what this has shown basically is that, yes, it does change over the career span quite definitely. In older managers, it becomes much more subjective, and this is what I was interested in. Things that you would expect that we've always thought of in terms of career progression, the continuing promotion and increased salary, are no longer as important in general to older managers. Even those who still admit that they do need the money, as we possibly all do. But things like interest, challenge, meaning, a feeling of self-identity with job becomes much more important, and this is what people are looking for in their career at that stage in life.
So is it a cliche to say, use the word wisdom, that they have greater wisdom because of their experience and their knowledge? Is that too cliche?
Absolutely, I think they do. They look back on their careers definitely and looking forward in their careers. So career progression is made up of, you know, their current career stage, looking back on what they've achieved and what they've done in the past, and also looking forward to what they still want to do. And very interestingly, what the study also shows is that career progression for many of the managers that I interviewed actually extends past retirement, past the stage at which they envisage they'll leave their organisation and draw a pension. Yet they still want to work, and they still see this in some cases as being their continuing career, even if it goes into a totally different field of work.
So who do you see taking this research of yours up and doing something with it? Is it policymakers? Is it organisations? Who's the audience?
Well, both, I hope. I think this is a really important area of research at the moment. As you know, we've just abolished the default retirement age in the UK, which means now potentially that employees can work on for as long as they want to. And employers are going to have to start addressing issues around how they're going to manage and continue to engage their older workers, continue to make sure that they're performing at the highest quality. And this means actually looking individually at what individual older employers want out of their career at that stage in life. And what my study showed is that in fact there are 4 different career orientations in terms of what people did say that they wanted, these managers. Some of them wanted to basically stick with what they were doing until the stage at which they retired, and they saw that as the end of their career. So that was fine. They were still motivated by continuing interest in their current job. Quite a number of them wanted to slow down, so they didn't want the sort of levels of pressure that they currently had or had had in the past. They either wanted to sort of take a sideways step into a less perhaps responsible job than they currently had, or certainly weren't prepared to go for the higher level jobs that maybe did have even greater levels of stress associated with them. Some of them wanted to sort of slow down to the extent that they worked just part-time and saw this as an option for the future. Some others wanted to switch career entirely, so that they said, well, I'll just do this for a bit longer, but actually I'd like to go and set up a business, or I'd like to work as a consultant, or I'd just like to do something completely different. And some people, as you might expect, still said, well, actually I'm only in my 50s, I still do want that next job up the rung. So what this means for employers is that they can't bring in one-size-fits-all policies. They really do need to look at their own workforce, to talk to their own older employees and find out what sort of things that they do want that's mutually acceptable for both them and their employees.
Interesting. And very briefly, say a little bit about your methodology. Is there something different about the age of audience that you're looking at, which is different from the younger audiences? Say some more about that.
Basically, I interviewed older managers. I used a constructivist methodology, which meant that I didn't give the interviewees themselves any conception of what career or career motivation meant or career progression meant. What I was basically saying to them is, you tell me what it means for you. And this was very interesting because this meant that people weren't starting with any preconceptions of really what it meant. So through the interview process, through the analysis, we're really able to get to the bottom of some very varied meanings about what career means and career progression means in later life.
This made me think about my own old age and what I want to do. Diane, thank you very much indeed for your time today.
Thanks.